If you're watching this, you've probably been hearing a lot of buzz about AI agents and wondering what all the hype is about. I'm going to show you exactly what the difference between an automation and an AI agent is and break everything down for you. I'm also going to show you why this is the biggest opportunity in 2025, and I'll also be showing you exactly how to start your agency from scratch with no prior experience. At the end, I'll also walk you through a live agent that I built that actually books appointments or demos or quotes onto a schedule for a business. Alright, it is super simple and is the best way to start your agency, so stay tuned. First of all, who am I? My name is Owen. I started my AI agency about a year ago. I actually took a risk, dropped my window cleaning business, and hopped right into this. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I did to now get myself to make over $40,000 a month with my AI agency in less than 8 months. All right, I'm about a year in now, so we're a bit past that, but I did it quick and there's no reason you guys can't do the same thing. So yeah, this is the biggest opportunity in 2025. I know people making millions of dollars a month right now selling these agents to business owners. If you can give business owners a digital employee that closes leads, books jobs, or answers customers 24/7, they'll pay you fast. It's a guarantee. The best part is, for you, most people don't even know what an AI agent is yet. I'm confident that you could hop in this today and definitely start making money within a few weeks. I've seen it happen, I've taught people to do it, and I've seen it before my own eyes. Another benefit to this is you don't need any technical experience, okay? You don't need to know how to code. With tools like N8N, ChatGPT, you can build these without writing any code. So right now, I'm gonna show you this appointment booking agent that'll take a lead from a form on a website for a window cleaning business, for example. Actually, this one here is set up for a remodeling company. So when a remodeling company gets a lead on their website, it'll do all of this for you. And I'll show you exactly how it works. It'll make it a bit easier for you guys to understand the business model and how these agents actually work. So there's a ton more that an AI agent can do, okay? But I'm just gonna keep it basic for you guys in this video so you guys can understand kind of the business model, how to build these agents pretty simple to where you can actually sell them and start making money, and then how to actually scale the business as well. This is an example right here of an AI agent flow, okay? So for example, a customer will fill out a form on a website, okay? That data that is inputted and sent into the agent triggers the workflow inside N8N, okay? N8N sends the info to ChatGPT, and then from there, ChatGPT comes up with the response, right? So ChatGPT thinks and replies back. For example, if it's a lead qualification agent, which we'll go over, I'll show you the lead qualification agent and the booking agent after this. But if it's a lead qualification agent, the info that the customer fills out on the form will determine if this lead is qualified or not, right? So ChatGPT or whatever brain model you're going to use will actually determine if it's a good lead or a bad lead. If it's a bad lead, for the most time, you'll set up an email to be sent out to the customer letting them know that they're not qualified to work with you. If it's a good lead, you'll be sending them an email, or you'll push the data into your CRM so your salesman can give them a call. And yes, you can layer it further with tools like Slack, Notion, or Stripe, okay? So for example, when this lead fills out this form and they are qualified, they can automatically be sent into a Slack channel and automatically tagged for your salesman to give them a call right away, knowing everything they need to know about this customer already. The big difference here, okay, is AI agents are dynamic, okay? They take that form response, they feed it into ChatGPT, and decide to do based on what the person actually said. So if it's a good lead, it books them. If not, it asks them for more info and drops them an email letting them know that they're not qualified. Maybe if they provide more info, they could be, but it does all of this for you to where you're not still trying to figure out in your email if they're qualified or not, like you will have to with an automation. All right, now I want to walk you guys through how to actually start this agency and start making money with this business model in the fastest way possible. This is just how I did it right here, okay? So you want to start simple. A lot of people don't. A lot of people start complex. Some guys are engineers who know how to do a ton of different things, but this is what I did and this is what worked, all right? So you start simple, right? You want to pick a simple agent to build. Start with a booking agent or a lead response agent, right? A customer service agent. There's tons of different names. This is just kind of what I named it here. And then you want to have a package for your offer, okay? You need to kind of niche down. We'll get into that in a second, right? But have a package for your offer, right? So you want to charge a setup fee, and then you want to charge a monthly retainer. The setup fee is going to be for you actually customizing this agent to their softwares, their CRMs, their Google, their email, anything else that you're going to be using within these agents, okay? And then the retainer is going to be for you to maintain it. If something goes wrong, there needs to be somebody there to get in and fix it as soon as possible. For finding your first clients, okay, you want to go after local businesses that lose leads or waste time. Okay, there's a few examples: cleaners, med spas, coaches, gyms. I started with window cleaners and then moved into plumbing, and now I'm kind of into the online coaching space. The best way to get clients, I'm telling you right now, if you're working with home service businesses or most service business in general, is going to be cold calling. Okay, it's a lot easier to cold call and be very personal with these business owners rather than just sending cold DMs or sending cold emails. Okay, but there's other ways to do it. Just saying right now, cold calling is the best way to do it. If you're not going to cold call, I understand, it's not the most fun thing in the world. That's how I got started. That's how I actually got success with this business model. But there's other ways you can do this too. So you can do cold DMs, you can do cold emails. There's tons of different things you can do with this. Just get in touch with people, start networking, start telling people what you're doing, and you will have people interested, because not many people even know what this stuff is. So now I'm going to be showing you a live demo of this appointment booking agent. Okay, this is almost as simple as it gets, but you can build this and sell this to a business owner guaranteed. It still provides them a ton of value, but you can also get more complex with it later on down the road. So what this agent does, okay, it books appointments on the schedule for a remodeling company. Okay, that's what the agent is set up to do. So inside the agent's prompt here, you will tell it what it needs to be doing. Okay, in this case, it is set up to be an assistant for a home service business specializing in home remodeling. Okay, your job is to handle all custom inquiries, book quotes, use Google Calendar, send a confirmation email to the customer confirming their appointment, and then you can add some tone in here as well. But it basically is just telling the actual agent what it needs to be doing inside of the workflow. Okay, so when a lead submits a form, or when a lead asks a question, right? Because this one here can be set up as a chatbot on a website to basically say, ask a question, ask us anything. So how this thing works, okay, is this is set up as a chat message received right now as the trigger, but it will be set up as a webhook because you'll be connected onto the customer's website, right? This is just how we're going to test it right here. So it'll be a webhook connected to the customer's website. When a customer asks a question, that question will directly be sent into the AI agent. Okay, it'll then run through the AI agent's brain, which is the actual chat model you're going to be using. Here we're using OpenAI. You can use a ton. There's on Anthropic, there's DeepSeek, there's Gemini, there's a ton of different models you can use. Okay, but we have a memory here set up to remember past interactions. So the customer asked a question 5 messages ago. This agent will remember the question that was asked and be able to respond based on everything that's happened already. These here are going to actually check the calendar for open availability on the business owner's schedule, right? And then this one here is going to create the event when that open availability is found, so the lead can actually be booked without the business owner having to lift a finger. It's pretty cool. It might sound a bit confusing when you first start out, but it's really not. You'll get the hang of it pretty quick when you start doing it. What this does here is sends out a confirmation email to the lead after their appointment is booked, right? Basic as that. And then after everything, right, it goes through a loop. Okay, so when a customer asks a question, it starts here, comes into the agent, hits all of these, and then it'll respond to the customer with this respond to webhook. So it's basically a big loop. It'll come through, it'll send it back to the customer. It'll come through, it'll send it back to the customer. If they keep asking questions, it'll just keep continuing through the loop. Okay, so now we're going to test this out. Okay, this is for a remodeling company, like I said, so that's what the agent is built to understand. So we're just going to have some fun with it and let's see how it goes. We're going to start out by basically just saying what's up and seeing what happens here. Hello. Just say hey. See how it works. Hello, how can I assist you today? If you have any questions or need scheduling, or you need to schedule a home remodeling quote, feel free to let me know. Let's say, what hours are you open tomorrow? It'll go through the agent, through the brain, and then understand how to respond. So I didn't add specific business hours in here. Okay, I could do that. Specific business hours at the moment. Typically, home remodeling services operate during standard business times, such as 8 to 5 p.m. But please confirm with a representative for accurate information. Okay, I could come in here. Actually, let's do that. All right, I'll just show you guys a little tip here. So right here at the end, we're going to include this company's business hours are from 9 to 5 p.m. Oh, let's do 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. there. To 5 p.m. PST. 7 days a week. So let's add that in there. Alright. And then now we're going to ask the same question. Let's see if that works, because I did just add it in there. Boom. Our business hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST, 7 days a week. If you have any further questions, you'd like me to schedule an appointment, feel free to let me know. Perfect. So literally we added that into the prompt, and then it understood what it needed to do. Okay, pretty simple. Now we're going to try to book an appointment. All right. I know these are old calendars, so let's hope this works. I haven't used this agent on this calendar in a while for a demo, but let's see how it goes. Okay, it should still work. Let's check it out. I would like to book a quote. Book a quote. Great, I can help with that. Could you please provide me your full name, phone number, email address, and full service address? We're gonna go with some fake name. We're gonna go with a fake phone number, so don't try to call this. No way that's someone's phone number. I'm sorry if it is. Fake email. Don't mess around, y'all. jackjones@gmail.com. Hopefully not, man. And then service address. Obviously, again, big address. So, alrighty, let's see. Once I have that information, I can check for available time slots. Boom. Now he has that information. So you can see what it did here. Okay, it went from the message, which would actually be on the website, came into the agent. It got the response from the OpenAI model. It remembers what we've been talking about. And then it actually looked in the get event slot on the calendar to see what is available. Okay, so it looks like the first time slot for your remodel quote available is at 2 p.m. PST tomorrow. Would you like to confirm this time, or do you prefer a different time? Additionally, I'll go ahead and create the appointment once you confirm the time. So we're gonna say, yeah, that'll work, and let's make sure it books on the calendar. Yeah, that works perfect. Let's schedule it. Boom. So it goes to get events. It knows what time's available. Then it went to create event. It actually created the event on the schedule. Here you can see the check mark there. And then it also sent an email confirmation out. So let's check if it worked real quick. So boom, what it did there was it checked for an available time in the get events node here, and then it actually created a new event in the calendar right here. And then after that, what its job to do was to send a confirmation email out, and it did that there. So this is a basic agent that you can build and actually save business owners tons of time and make them a lot more money, because they can put their time into doing other things. So this is a basic breakdown of exactly how you can start this agency and start making money within a few weeks. Some of the biggest mistakes that I see when people are trying to start their AI agency, okay, is they're trying to get too complex in the beginning. You have to gain their trust by starting small, starting basic, showing them something that works and provides value. Also, another thing I've seen is that people try to perfect the systems behind their agency before they start outreach. They try to set up a brick foundation before they even know if it'll work out for them, right? Another mistake I see is when it comes to selling these agents and trying to close a deal, people will be way too technical. Okay, they'll explain the tools, they'll explain the softwares that we're using to build these agents, when the business owner does not care at all. Okay, what they care about is the results it'll get them, how much money it's going to cost them, and how much money it's going to make them in the end. Another mistake I see, a lot of people using 10 different tools instead of the 3 that you really need, which is going to be N8N, LLM. Then you need a calendar agent, and you need to understand the other softwares, yeah, because when you get another customer, you're gonna have to integrate into his softwares. But to just start learning and just start building, you don't need to go crazy and start learning 15 different tools you could be using, right? So now that you understand what an AI agent is, the difference between an AI agent, automation, and how you can start making money with it today, you are already ahead of 99% of people. But that's it. That is the basic way you can start your agency and start making money fast. If you want to learn more, I'm going to be doing a bunch more on my channel, so check it out. Have a good one though.